Hey guys, this is part 2 of, Sunday's video of why I became vegan. So I'm going to talk to you today about how that happened, what foods I ate, how did I figure out after that year-long struggle with trying to do it once before, and there was really nothing in the stores as far as processed, packaged, like vegan food. When I went vegan again for life, because I had to for health reasons, if you're just watching this, you didn't watch my other video, I have alpha-gal syndrome from a tick bite. Makes you not be able to process meat, especially beef. But I am completely off all animal products, anything. So, I can't get comfortable. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, it was a struggle, let me tell you. I'm a simple cook. I love to cook. I love to bake more than I like to cook. But when you're brought up with that food pyramid, my mother's way of cooking was you had a protein, beef, chicken, fish, pork. You had a starch, potatoes, rice, whatever, and a vegetable. That was it on your plate. That was it. And usually a side salad most of the time. So when I had to go back to being a vegan again, I had to learn how to eat properly. Because I'm sure that year I tried with my son and my daughter, we ate a lot of pasta. But now they have, even though some of them really aren't good for you on a daily basis, vegan meats. And you can also make your own with wheat gluten. You can make seitan. And they do sell that. Tofu, lentils, chickpeas. These are all proteins that you can replace, say, a chicken breast with. And I had to learn how to do that. Stop saying lost my train of thought. Like last night for dinner. Last night I threw 2 potatoes in the microwave because I'm at my daughter's house because I don't use a microwave. Haven't owned one in 15 years. So I had 2 baked potatoes, Yukon Gold, and I just chopped up some mushrooms, portobellos, some garlic, onion, and I put a tiny bit of oil in the pan. I try not to use oil, and I put some vegetable broth, and got them all nicely cooking in there. Then I added some onion powder, Italian seasonings. I think that was it. And some cornstarch to thicken it up to make gravy. And that was my gravy, so it was a mushroom gravy. And I poured over my baked potatoes. That was it. I'll put a little nutritional yeast on what I had today. I already ate today. It's what? 10:46 and I've already had lunch. But I put a little bit of nutritional yeast on. Nutritional yeast, some of the things in my pantry that are a must for a vegan are nutritional yeast. This is yellow flaky gold stuff. It's fabulous. You make cheese sauces with this. It just enhances everything. I love it on my avocado toast. This is a must-have, along with amino acids is another must-have. Your spices and herbs, because you want everything to taste good. And make sure that you crumble them up. Either rub them in your palms, or I have a tiny little mortar and pestle that I use, because they're dried. So when you open them up by crushing them, more flavor comes out. What else is in my pantry? Oh, maple syrup. That's a must. Not just for oatmeal or tea. It's a must for take an avocado, mash it up, add some maple syrup and some raw cacao or some cocoa, and now you have a chocolate dip for toast, for apples, strawberries, pudding. If you really whip it up, it's just delicious. Honey is another one. I am a vegan. I do eat honey, though. I eat local raw honey. I try and buy it wherever I go. If I'm going to be there for a while, I'll buy what's local in their area to help with, build my immune system, help with allergies. What else is there? Teas, of course. And, so now, it's so much easier now because there's even cheeses that are vegan. I remember in the beginning I made lasagna because I had to figure out how to substitute everything. Dairy. I had to substitute dairy. So what do they have? Tofu. So I used a firm block of tofu and I crumbled it up and I added, of course, nutritional yeast, garlic and onion powder, some Italian seasonings, and what did I add to that? I can't remember. But I mixed that all up and I made ricotta. And that was my ricotta cheese for my lasagna. And then I used the Daiya mozzarella threads, and I put that on top. So So I recreated the lasagna, and I don't think I added meat to that one, but I've made it again, and I use Gardein crumbles or any other crumbles, like ground beef. Now Impossible Burger comes in the square, or Beyond Burger, I think it's Impossible. Comes like a pound, like ground beef. And if you season that up and cook it, I like mine a little bit dried out. It tastes more like ground beef. And people always ask, how come we eat like hamburgers if we're vegan? Well, in my case, I can't eat the real meat. So we still want that. To me, a big cheeseburger on a sunny day with a nice cold beer and some side salads and broccoli salad, all that, an ear of corn, that's a comfort food. Just because we go vegan doesn't mean that we don't ever want to eat, say, a pork chop again or a chicken sandwich. Yeah, we miss those things. So being able to recreate those just makes you feel good. Makes you feel good. I have, if you follow me on Instagram, Jersey Inner Nomads, you'll just scroll through my pictures. There's plenty of food pictures there that you can get some ideas from. There's a really delicious looking hamburger that I put blue cheese crumbles on, which are vegan. I forget who makes them, but they make a fabulous blue cheese crumble, and a feta cheese too. Tastes just like feta cheese. So there's so many options out there now. One of my go-tos is hummus. Can of chickpeas, get a little bullet or a blender, save some to put on top, mix them up, but don't do too much. Got to be careful because then you'll just get mush. Some garlic, onion powder. What else should I put in there? Oh, and tahini. Add a little bit of tahini, and you got yourself a nice plate of hummus. I made some a week ago, and I had my favorite bag salad is the Asian one, which is vegan. I had some of that Asian dressing that comes with it left, and some of those crispy Chinese noodles. And I drizzled, first I put all the hummus in a bowl, and I put a couple of the whole hummus things left. What are they called? Are they a bean? Loom? Well, I put a couple of those whole chickpeas, I'm trying to say, on the top. Then I drizzled some olive oil on. Then I took the rest of that Asian salad dressing, and I drizzled that on too, chopped up some green onion, and then had a plate of peppers, naan bread. What else was in there? Oh, pepperoncinis, just other things that you can dip into the hummus. Some crackers, whole grain crackers. It was delicious. My daughter and I sat and ate that. So, I mean, it's very, very easy now to just go on the internet and look up, or even YouTube, look up whatever you want to recreate as a meal. So it's gotten easier. I've been a vegan now 8 years, I think. Maybe longer. I only had my diagnosis of alpha-gal 2.5 years ago. So I can basically recreate anything. I do want to learn how to make seitan. I have seen videos on YouTube where a woman makes shrimp out of seitan, and it looks just like shrimp. I've seen a T-bone steak made out of it where they put actual grill marks on it. I forget what they used for the grill marks, but it has the texture and everything of real meat. So that's something I want to try. And I'm constantly saving recipes on Instagram, and I kind of give on Pinterest. That whole site's just, it's like a big store now. And you click on a picture because you want a recipe, and it brings you somewhere else, or you have to, before it was jump to the recipe, they have like 20 minutes of their whole life story, and I just want the recipe. That's it. So it's pretty easy. So when I started being vegan again for the second time, there was a learning curve. I really had to figure out what I was eating, and now it's just so simple. Remember, I went over my daughter's mother-in-law's house one night for dinner. Her and my son-in-law's brother lived there at the time, and they made some steak on the grill, and I brought over a sweet potato and that bagged Asian salad. I put some of that on top of my sweet potato with the dressing and some nutritional yeast, and I think I had some chopped up tomatoes and cucumbers on it, and both of them were like, oh my god, that looks so good. It looks better than what I'm eating. I'm like, it's just a simple potato with a salad thrown on top. That's it. But it's healthy for you, and it was delicious. So don't overthink things. Go back to what you usually eat. Just take out your protein, take out your dairy. So you're removing your meat and dairy. And we now have vegan butter. We now have vegan dressings. There's a vegan brown gravy I get. and all kinds of things to replace your chicken or beef. And because you can have a hamburger now that's vegan, you can have chicken strips, chicken fingers. I use the Gardein chicken strips, the ones that aren't breaded, and I make chicken dumplings. And I make my dumplings with a plant-based milk. And it's just so easy. Soups are a big thing. I'm really into ramen right now. Not the ramen that comes in that little packet with the horrible sodium-filled spices. In the Asian aisle, they sell a box, and you get 4 packs in there, 4 bricks of ramen noodles. And they also sell, I just got, because I picked up the wrong box, they have a box that has the round disc, and they're a little bit of a thinner noodle that cooks really, like within a minute it's cooked. I didn't care for those. I like the square one that looks like the regular ramen that we all grew up on. But it's so easy. I just saute some vegetables, peppers, onions, maybe some broccoli, and in some vegetable broth. And then I just add my ramen noodle cake thingy, and that's it. And some chopped green onion. Hold on. Chai tea. This is vegan with some my daughter's oat milk creamer. I think that's the cookies and cream one. I don't know. I just need a little bit. What was I saying? Oh, the ramen. I have a healthy meal. I need to get the low sodium vegetable broth. It's even better. I didn't because I'm a saltaholic, but stop saying but there's so many things now with everything on the shelf, even though some of the things aren't good for us. But if you eat everything in moderation, you'll be fine. You don't eat a processed meat alternative every single night of the week. Don't eat the cheeses every day. And they're coming out with more and more cheeses that taste just like dairy cheese. I mean, I wish they'd come out with a goat cheese. I used to love goat cheese, that one that's rolled in wild blueberries. Loved it on crackers or a pear. Just delicious. So, and yesterday I showed, hold on, this book. I got it Five Below, the Little Vegan Cookbook. I did see it on Kindle on Amazon for $10, but this was $5 at Five Below. If you have Five Below near you, check it out. I bought this like a year ago, but it has every picture in here has a recipe, and they're easy, short recipes with ingredients that you usually have in your pantry. And they have everything from pantry basics. I mean, this will really set you up to understand how to be a vegan. Appetizers, breakfasts, sandwiches, main courses, salads, soups, and sides, desserts, beverages, credits, and you don't need them. Yeah, they have just about everything in here. This is all sandwiches and wraps. There's even more. Soup, pizzas, salads, more pizzas. And I found that the naan bread that my daughter gets from Sam's Club is vegan. Not the one in Walmart or the one in regular grocery stores. You got to read the ingredients. And just, I like mine. I'll make a pizza with it, and I'll use my air fryer, not with my Jackery. I'll just put a tiny bit of mayonnaise on the top, vegan mayonnaise, and some peppers and onions, whatever you want to put in your pizza. Kalamata olives, green olives, black olives, roasted red peppers, just anything, artichokes. Just go to your pantry, go to your refrigerator, see what you have in there, and just use them in a different way than you normally use them. I can make a killer pizza with all those ingredients. Some spinach or arugula on the top, maybe a drizzle of balsamic vinegar, or do a reduction of it. Just throw it in a tiny pot on your stove and let it cook down slowly until it gets thick. Delicious. But I did notice now that they do have one that's already reduced, which I didn't know that. I was out of the loop there when it came to balsamic vinegar glazes. And that just tastes delicious on a pizza. Pizzas don't have to be what you're normally used to with red sauce and sausage and meat and bacon, but I do love some with pineapple. I am a pineapple pizza eater. A simple rice dish I make, especially on the road. Jasmine rice, some canned pineapple, and some turmeric, and some spices and herbs. And I have a nice pineapple rice and some chopped green onions. I'm really into chopped green onions, aren't I? But it's just been so simple. Just look at what you want to eat and try and recreate it. It's just simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. There's so much out there now, and there's a video on YouTube for probably every vegan dish that you'd like to make. So guys, we're already at 15 minutes, so I will let you go, and I hope this has helped somebody. Yeah, I hope you get something out of this. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll talk to you guys later.